Alright, so here we go. I got a GM. I'm not sure what's his real name. Of course, most GMs these days play D4, which is pretty annoying. If I could go back, I wish all the games were E4. The problem with D4 is that white just gets a big center pretty easily. These pawns in D4 and C4, and black is trying to fight to get some kind of control in the center also. So I'm kind of building up these pawns. He may have already blundered actually. So the name of this opening is called the Catalan. It's been played by a lot of world champions. It's such a dynamic opening. At first, when I thought, or when I first saw this opening, I thought it was just another random opening, but there are a lot of small intricacies that can happen. So it's interesting that I think my opponent played the move order kind of badly. Luckily, I've done a little bit of homework on the Catalan, so I came prepared. I think I should be okay here. Let's see. I think after Queen D7 I should be okay. Okay. So there's a problem here that he can win the exchange. So he should take the bishop. Okay, so the next move is going to be bishop to B4. Okay. It's actually still not bad at all though. The reason being is that I have this long H1 to A8 diagonal, and his king is really exposed. And also for the exchange, I have that one extra pawn on E6, so I really have nothing to complain about out of the opening. So let's see. I want to play rook D8, but I don't know. Hard to say. Let's see, maybe knight E4. Maybe knight G4 to E5. I like knight E4 for some reason. Yeah, let's go with knight E4. See what happens here. He can take on E4 and play. I can play queen takes. Now queen E3 I suspect is coming, because his king will just be too weak in the resulting position. Oh, but I do have queen G4. But then H3, queen H5. Oh, G4, and then my queen can swing back to B5. So that's pretty interesting geometry. So that variation again. If he plays queen to E3, I can swing my queen over. Okay, so he played queen C2. I think I can just play queen G4 and bishop F3. Okay. Of course, at some point I do need to make what's called a lift. That might not be the absolute correct term, but it's where I make a space for my king. So there's a slight weakness in this position. It's called a back rake weakness. So it's actually called Luft that I need to make. And by doing that, I make sure for the rest of the game my king has space to run out now. So after queen F4, I think I can trade queens, and now it's actually pretty interesting because I have the D file. So now that I have my own file, I control the D1 square because of this strong bishop on F3. So let's see. I think he's going to try to trade on C8. So his idea is to double on the C file his rooks and play rook to C8. Not bad. Because the more he trades, the less my position just starts getting worse and worse. So I'm thinking maybe bishop to B7. Yeah, bishop b7. Okay, even if he does play rook c7, he does win the a7 pawn, but I can actually let that go because really I have his king in mind. Okay, so he's going there. So I'll put my bishop on e4. Let's see what happens here. So he was trying to double, first and foremost. Alright, so kind of tough choice. I guess I'll go h5. So if I can get a pawn over to h3, okay, so he traded rooks. Now it's getting harder. Alright, so now it can get really bad because once he takes the a7 pawn, f3. Don't really get that. I guess I have to take. Okay. So he's walking his king out for some reason first. Okay. Problem is with his rook on the 7th rank, it's pretty tough because I can't really leave the g7 pawn hanging. Okay, maybe push h4. Okay, so I got to get my pawns rolling down the board also. So I'm going king h6, then g5. That could hurt. I guess I have to, yeah. Bishop b3. Okay, so he played some inaccuracies. Alright. So, at least I have the pawn. Although I don't really see it working out quite. Alright, so I have to stay there. Otherwise, he'll eventually sacrifice the exchange on d5. Alright. It's getting close. If I can maybe get them down the board somehow really quickly. Alright, I might. I think the pawns are just too slow. Alright, so he went there. Alright, running out of time. Yeah, he might just be lost now. Because the material is too much. It's 5 points versus 2. And the pawns just aren't far enough down the board for me to make any progress. So let's see what he does. This will be a pretty routine win for him now. I'm trying to think, is there any way I could save it? Oh, after that it's much tougher. So the whole point is he's gonna put a blockade on my pawns and eventually just take them. And we'll see how he does that. So he's gonna play king f3. Alright, so now my pawns can't march anymore. Because he's always got the check. And even here it's even worse. Alright, so play a few more moves. Alright, I think we're just going to have to call it on this one. Alright, thanks for listening. Kazim Gulamali.